Alrighty. Welcome to the podcast HASSDISCUSSES. We got a special guest in the building, Slim Guerilla.
What's going down?
I'm just hype. I'm hyped for the Pimpdemic and everything that's going on because I heard that Kevin the Creep produced track with Soulze and like mind blown, right?
Yeah. Shout out to the boys too, man. For real.
Yeah, and Sick Records is like I've heard people like addicted to buying the cassettes and stuff like that from
Yeah.
Kevin's store, and it's like, dang man, smart guy over
Yeah.
there.
Kevin got some bumps, man. For real. He got some beats, bro. When I first heard him when he sent them to me, bro, I was just mind blown on it. So I knew with that particular beat right there, I knew Zay could get on that shit. So
Yeah, well, you hear that one line? He was like, "Still staying with your moms, ain't you pushing 30?"
yeah. I love Zay flow, man. Zay just different, bro. Like he brings back that Dallas flavor. You know what I'm saying? In his own way, though. I
Yeah,
love it. I had to get him on that.
but you got the like as soon as you go, it's like it's back up in the, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah. Oh, I get straight to the point, man.
yeah,
I
you're
get
not
to it.
really, you don't build up, and it's like that's fine though, cause like you always deliver, and it's like you always got something, but you also got some cool emotional tracks, like this
Yeah.
one track from a couple months ago. I was what was this called? When was Love for a G? That was Love for a G. That song.
Oh yeah, that freestyle.
Yeah, when was
Yeah.
that made? When was that track made?
I made that, man. I had that sitting around for a while, bro. And then I was just on my computer, man, just going through. I'm like, man, I got a lot of music that I ain't dropped. Like, you know what I mean? I just put in a folder and shit. And so I was like, man. And then I slowed it down, and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna drop this. But at first though, I fucking I put it into one song as like a little interlude, and then it went to another song, and then people on YouTube, I guess, shout out to Purple Rain, he posted that shit, and everybody was talking about they wanted it, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put that on there too, put it on SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, and I mean from Houston, obviously you have a lot of respect for the slowed down sound. I'm more new to it
Yeah,
because I'm an Eastern. I'm
yeah,
Delaware and
I'm
stuff
actually
like that.
bumping it right now. I got some screw bumping right now in the
Yeah,
back, man.
yeah, and it's so interesting seeing so many people sample Screw that like are big and stuff, and it's like
Yeah,
I've been learning lately. You know it's interesting and it's important if you're an artist or interested in music to see your influences, you know what I mean? Like
definitely.
like Swang and Bang being in
Oh yeah,
Over My Dead Body, and the
sure.
Suicide Boys as well. It's just like, a lot of samples are used again and again and again, but it's so interesting to just see them used multiple different times. It's like
Yeah,
fuck the
and
club up, tear the club up, then
it
by
all history repeats itself, man. You know what I mean? And like it just made me think making like original music so that like people in the future, bro, they're gonna be, sampling this shit and it's just gonna come back up again. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I think that's like the best part of the whole thing with music. You know what I mean? It's just creating and seeing it be like recreated.
Yeah, like that cowbell on with the Almighty track, dude. I might sample
Yeah.
that as well because I produce under a different name. That I'm tempted to like slow it down or do it in a high. I'm
Man,
tempted, bro.
go for it, man. Go for it, bro. That's why it's made. You know what I mean?
That's nuts. That song's nuts. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
appreciate it.
The Almighty track. Shout out to Almighty. Didn't you shout him out on What Happened to G shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Almighty man, shout out to him, bro. He's like the brains of the operation, bro. When it comes to stuff and like,
Passion
you
Playas?
know, yeah. He's definitely like, if I'm telling you right now, bro, like without Almighty, it wouldn't be no passion. I mean, there is me, but like definitely that man right there, man. That's like my right hand, bro. You know what I'm saying? That man done had my back for years, and along with the rest of the team and everything. And he's just, bro. He's the brains, bro. Like there's so much talent behind that dude. It's crazy. Like,
Is he just a producer?
now he's a rapper too, but he mainly like produces. But
Sets
this
up
year,
things
man,
behind the scenes, stuff like that.
yeah. Like he's like the dude that sets up everything, and you know what I mean. He's very organized. That's the most organized dude I ever met, bro. Like very professional.
Shout out to him, and you got a show coming up with Soulze, right?
Yeah, so man, so we
Dude.
got this, and again, back on Almighty, man, he's the brains that he's the one that actually put that whole thing together, bro. And we got this show out here in Dallas, man. This Blue Light Cemetery show. It's gonna be crazy, man. So I had to get Soulze in there. You know what I'm saying? And shit's gonna be wild, G.
Well, if I was out there, I'd be filming everything and like for the channel, but I can't. I'm not, miles away, but eventually, I'll
Yeah,
have to come out
yeah.
there
Oh
because
yeah. There's always time for some shows, man, to come out your way. Where you located?
Delaware.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. I got so many homies out there in Delaware, man. I'm
Really?
actually planning on going out there real soon. Yes, bro. Like on some vacation shit, like on the cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Rehoboth. That's where you gotta go.
yeah,
Rehoboth.
yeah. I got homies out in Wilmington and shit, man.
Oh, that's where I'm near. I'm up north.
Okay, okay, cool. That's what's up, man.
You
That's
ever
what's up.
you ever
I'm from
listen to a Delaware rapper though? I want to actually ask you that.
that a few of my friends done put me on to them, and they do have they distinct little flow. You know what I'm saying? Kind of reminds you like Philly a little bit, but
Yes,
it's different
exactly.
though. It's different though. It's a little different, but
You ever
it's
listen to
dope.
melodic Philly rappers? That's what Delaware sound is. Melodic Philly rap, basically.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude, Philly rap, Philly rap's got a good underground scene. Like you look at Core, early PNB
Mm-hmm.
Rock, Quilly Mills,
Yeah.
Leaf Ward is
And then Uzi's holding down Philly, right? Lil Uzi.
he originally came up there, but he's like based out of Atlanta right now, and his sound does
Okay.
represent Philly. But he what he
Yeah.
did do for Pop Hunter is he did at least shout out a small artist with Pop Hunter at the time doing the Corvette remix because he was based out of
Yeah.
Philly. But like Philly's like I don't know. It was there was a good period of time like 2014, 2016 where it was booming in the underground like with PNB Rock. Early PNB Rock was golden, like excellent. But talk about your local music scene cuz you have a very rich music scene.
Okay, so right now, I'm originally from Houston, Texas. You know what I mean? But I moved out here to Nashville, Tennessee. To be closer to all my guys that's in Passion. We figured it'd be better if we all just stay connected. You know what I mean? And I'm still trying to get familiar with the music scene out here because it's country music, but at the same time I think like the rap scene is starting to pick up a little bit. And there's a main artist out here right now that my DJ should put me on, bro. It's this dude named Lil Stein. Shout out to him. That man's music is. Man, it gives me like a young boy feel, but it has its own flavor, like of Nashville, of a Nashville artist.
Let me
man.
write this down. Who's this?
Lil Stains, Luhstain, man. The man's bumping, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, that's one artist right there I want to see blow up for the city of Nashville. I'm not from Nashville. I live here. But, I support Nashville, and that's who I want to see blow at the end of the day when it comes to this shit.
Well, is he just like someone you're hearing, or is it like
Oh, I don't know him. It's somebody I'm hearing. You know what I mean? I didn't know they put me on to him and stuff like that. He's actually one of the biggest artists in the city right now when it comes to that kind of. I don't know what you want to label him. Like a hood rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got it on lock, bro. When it comes to the rap scene in Nashville, Lil Stein, he's tough, man.
There's some good new Tennessee rappers like and producers, but I'd say the best thing we got out of Tennessee nowadays that's new is Tay Keith.
Yeah, I actually shout out to Tay Keith, bro. I met him at a Xavier Wolf show actually. You familiar with Xavier Wolf, right?
Oh, yeah, you're in Vader Clan with him, right?
Yeah. That's my brother, man. Yeah, he came out here to Nashville. He had a show out here in Nashville and shit, man. And that's when I met Tay Keith, bro. Most humble, genuine dude I ever met, man. Like cool as hell.
Yeah.
Cool as shit, man. Yeah, Tennessee, bro. Tennessee has a lot of talent here, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a very wholesome city, bro. Like I've been enjoying my time since I've been here for like 3 years now, man. It's been cool. You feel me?
That's dope. But So, you mentioned how you know Xavier Wolf well, which, I'm a big fan of him. Obviously, I like seeing him do these like mainstream Trippy
Yeah,
Red features, and then he does, and then you can go back and listen to this Ethel Wolf with like 666 syllables. I
exactly.
love like the differentiation you got with him, or hear him on a Peep song or something like that. So when did that,
Mhm.
when you start working with him?
Well, you know what's crazy? I never got a chance to really do anything with what we always just, we linked up in passing in times when he had shows or like he came to a certain city like in Houston or whatever, and we'll just link up and it just be love, man. Like because at the end of the day, Raider Clan, it had its time, but that bond still stays. You feel me? And
That's what I
we just
also want
always
to
feel out there.
discuss is because not just obviously you're in Raider Clan, that's a vague subject matter, but I'm saying is a lot of people view Raider Clan as a failure, but I'd have to disagree. I'd say it's been probably one of the most influential groups or movements
Definitely,
to ever happen, really, and it's
definitely,
really
yeah.
overlooked in terms of its impact. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like a lot of these rappers that you see now, like in the underground, especially like that's in the realm that we in. I mean, shit, it speaks for itself, man. Like you can see, like a lot of these artists still use the hieroglyphics. You know what I mean? Like the V's and the Z's and shit like that. I mean, Ray Plan definitely did his part, bro. And I feel like
Yeah.
it's no getting away from it, bro. Like even though Raider Clan isn't like a thing no more, it's definitely like stamped into the underground. You dig? And it's something I still read today, man. Like I still say I'm a Raider. Like I never left this shit. It just disintegrated
Yeah.
how it went. Unfortunately, but yeah, bro. Like me and Almighty and shout out to Dirty Red. You know what I mean?
Oh man, he
We
was
still
nuts on that one track with Jay Green, the Like Us. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
That
yep,
was, oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, that's one of those songs that like it, as a producer it blows my mind. How many layers or whatever was on that. Shout out to Dirty
yeah,
Red. Um, but yeah, like Space Ghost Perp, he's just had so much influence, and I've loved it. I've been recently going back and listening to a lot of his, just diving
yeah,
into the whole Radio Clan rabbit hole and seeing how like Denzel and all of them. But you seem to have a different opinion on Space Ghost Perp. You don't see him as this crazy person he's put out to be. You see him
yeah,
as like you probably
yeah.
have a different relationship than him with the way the media presents him. So what's your
Yeah, man,
relationship with him
I
like?
hate the way the media does my brother, man. Like, purpose Perp does what he wants, man. He trolls on the internet. He says certain stuff I think he don't mean. You feel me? But that man right there, bro, like that is a genuine dude right there too, man. Like you gotta meet Perp, man. It's on a personal level, like bro, he's just a good dude, bro. Like that's the realest motherfucker I ever met, man. Like I still have his back, man. You feel me? And I remember
Yeah.
I said something on Twitter, man, one time, bro, and I was just like, man, everybody talk shit on Perp, but that's my brother. Like, I stand by that man. Motherfuckers like follow me and shit, talking shit like, oh, you ain't have to say that and all this stuff, but they don't understand, they don't understand Perp, man. You know what I mean? And I think when Brady Clan broke down the way it did, I think it really, it really fucked with Perk, you know what I'm saying? Because he believed in this group, and what it stood for, and it just, it
Yeah.
just hit hard. You feel me? But that's my boy, man. Shout out to Perk, bro, forever, man. That's my brother. That's big bro, yo.
Yeah, like he seems like he hasn't been, I feel like people should check out his new stuff. Like they should give it a chance and stuff like that. It's same with like Chief Keef. The way I view Space Ghost Purpose, when he started off, made a lot of influence, but then not a lot of people want to give a chance on his new stuff, and that's kind of saddening. You kind
Yeah,
of get that
yeah,
comparison I'm making.
yeah. I definitely see it. I peep a lot of people. They still everything Perk drops, people go and check out. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people miss that what really made Perp unique was his like that dark sound. You know what I'm
Those
saying?
little
That it
screams that he used as like
those
rims. You know what I mean?
screams.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Yeah, dude.
yeah, the screams, the dark shit, and like how he just merged like all that with some like play of dark shit, bro. And that I ain't never seen an artist that could just be creepy on the beat through start to finish, bro. Like, you know how he talks like this, and he rapping on the beat. He just has his
Yeah.
own flavor, man. Purpose, he's different, man. He's different.
Yeah, but and also about him is like seeing back on the influence that he did, like looking at Jay Green or something like that. Like you listen to, like fuck mainstream, and it's like it's not it's very similar to Space Ghost Perp, but then you see what Jay Green did, or you see what Xavier Wolf did, and it's like it's exciting. It's
Yeah,
it's like
but
it's
you
like the
know Jay
Marvel
Green,
universe. What do you say?
yeah, Jay Green been in the game
2008,
long
right?
time, man. Like
2007.
in 2007, yeah, he's been doing his thing, man. You know what I mean? It was just cool to see him and Perp cross paths around that Raider Clan time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, shout out to Jay too. But yeah, bro, like all that's just a memory, bro. I mean, that's why it's documented and stamped, and that's why you got to thank the supporters and the fans that keep that shit and put it on stuff like YouTube and SoundCloud. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
go back and look at that stuff, man.
Because what
You
Jay
know?
Green did with that, that sound, is he added that Atlanta flair to it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did, man. Jay
That
Green's dope.
as soon as even looking at his first mixtape back in 2007, 2008, whenever it came
Mm-hmm.
out, you automatically have that Atlanta flair to it, and it's just like,
Yeah.
but his ability to work with the newer members. I don't know if you follow a lot of Schema Posse, or check out the newer Schema Posse and stuff like
It
that.
was, it was hard to keep up. It was really hard to keep up. Once you start like focusing on your own craft and stuff, it's hard to really keep up with everybody unless it's like in your face, like there's no getting away from you.
Okay, so yeah, and I can agree with you on this thing. Are you one of those people that only listens to you or your friends' music?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I listen to. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm very open to listening to different because I love listening to all my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like from like everybody from like Raider Clan to like Such Hollow Water Boys. You know what I'm saying? Curb Lagoon, all them boys.
yeah,
But I can't get enough of myself, man. I love bumping Slim, man. Like I
yeah.
keep I keep my own shit in my headphones, dog. I bump me like a motherfucker, man. I can't stop. I love it. I just love that shit, bro. Like I love it.
I mean, you got to in order to keep pushing, and also you
Yeah,
get to analyze a bit of yourself. It's like you get to catch something. Oh, maybe this thing was too loud here, or
yeah,
maybe this shit was
yeah,
mixed improperly. You know what I mean? It's something like that, and you take that into the next
yeah.
thing.
But most of the time, bro, when I'm listening to myself, man, I'm like, damn, bro, this is me. Like, I can't even made this. What was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? I be tripping on me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Man, I love my shit, bro.
Okay, so I want to talk about the pre-Raider Clan days. What were those like?
Oh man, the Raider Clan days, man.
Pre-late Raider Clan.
Oh, the late, like okay, yeah. So you talking about before like it kind of ended, or like
Before you got into Raider Clan.
oh, so around that time, man, before I got in Raider Clan, I was still in school, man. I like graduated, man. I was doing culinary for a little bit and shit, and I came across. This is the first thing I came across first. First, I was like bumping ASAP Rocky and shit, but then I came across Kina Ayada's video that I Want to Smoke. And then another video popped up. It was Space Ghost Perp and Wolf. And then I was just so inspired by just looking at all that shit because, I've always rapped. I've always been rapping since I was like a little kid. It comes a part of like yo everyday thing because growing up in Houston, everybody knows how to rap. Like everybody freestyle on everything, bro. Like you can be hanging out with a group full of people, and then a beat will come on, and everybody's just like, man, hold up, just rapping, just
Yeah.
going off the dome, crazy, bro. So I've always knew how to rap, but I didn't know how to really go about it. I seen Raider Clan, and I was like, yo, this is like, I can relate to this. And then from there, I just said like, nobody even know who I was, bro. You feel me? I just started making shit. And then out of nowhere, man, I'm sitting in class one day. My phone's just going off. just going all crazy. And it's Perp, man. Perp commented on one of my songs off of YouTube. I rapped on this like Kingpin Skinny Pimp beat, and he was fucking with it. And the next you know, I see my picture tweeted like by him on fucking Twitter, and everybody was like, "Yo, who the fuck is that?" That's how shit.
That's awesome, man. Like, yeah, I'm dreaming for a situation like that with one of these interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. And that just sounds like a real thrill. What happened there? But who was like when you got into Radio Clan? Like, what was the first move you made? You know, you think you're given this huge opportunity, but what was the first move that you had to make?
The first move I had, I mean, at that time, you know, Radio Clan was still bubbling, you know what I mean? And like everybody was still putting out music. I think everybody was still in wherever they came from. Like, I think Wolf and Kristen was still in Memphis. You know,
Travis, are you talking about?
Yeah, Chris Travis. You know, everybody was still where they was, like Denzel and them, they were still in Florida and all that, you know. So at that point, I mean, I'm just still making music at this point. I had like this shitty ass laptop, bro, and I'm rapping through this webcam mic. See, I didn't have no setup. I had no nothing, bro. Like, so I'm just rapping on these beats, going crazy, man, just dropping shit. So, you know, I think eventually they had this big Radio Clan tour, man. But you know, that was really for like the first generation Radio Clan, you know. And then that's when Almighty. This is when I started to meet Almighty, because I met Almighty through another friend of mine through Twitter, and then that's when we made Meet Your Maker.
Oh yeah. So, speaking on Houston again, you know, from what I hear, because I'm gonna say something really like about something I've never experienced, and that Houston is a sound that you gotta be in the city to experience that type of music, and it's one of those sounds of music that it's really interesting to be there in order to hear it. And I would say the same for, like, you know, let me give a comparison, like Jersey club music, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So what other kind of sounds of music from other locations do you enjoy?
The Bay Area. I love Oakland music, man. I love Oakland to death. Detroit, man. Almighty put me on to Detroit music before this shit got like popular. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
way before it got popular, man. I'm talking about like 2015. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, it's very similar. The Oakland and Detroit music is very, very similar in certain ways, but it's different though when it comes to like delivery and what they talk about. You know, Oakland really is like, depending on who you listen to, they talk about the pimping and shit like that. It's just different flavor. Detroit's just about a bag.
Give me some examples. I recently interviewed Mr. Cisco. It's not out yet, but I assume, like, give me some examples. Like, I just saying I interviewed Mr. Cisco because I just wanted to shout him out. But yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out. Yeah, that's my boy too, man. That's my boy to the end, Cisco. But you talking about like examples that's for like
Detroit rappers. Artists?
Yeah. All Star JR, the whole All Star camp. You know what I mean? All Star League, Band Gang, Babyface Ray, F&B Deezy, Eastside 80s, them guys, man. Javar, them boys, just different, man. Like, and they rap on these 80s samples, man, and they just...
Okay, yeah. Okay, say their name again. Now that I hear 80s samples, I'm excited. Okay.
Yeah. So, Javar, you got Javar that raps on 80s samples.
Are they a duo?
Nah, so I mentioned a lot of dudes from a lot of different cliques. So Javar is part of Band Gang. Eastside 80s is a part of, like, I'm not really too much familiar with where he come from, but I know he has his own little clique too. But he's locked up right now, free Eastside 80s. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
you know, All Star JR and All Star Lee, little do you know, they actually are a part of T Grizzly set. You know what I'm saying? They came from the same. Yeah, they came from the same pot. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just T Grizzly just got bigger. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a lot.
Isn't Sada Baby from Detroit? Is that true?
Yeah, solid baby. Yup.
Because I was
That's another one.
because he's been doing a bunch of no jumper content or some shit. And he's enjoyable. He's a real enjoyable character.
Bro, yeah, he's something to look at, man. That dude is a trip, man. I love Solid Baby, bro. He's bumping. He's kind of like, he kind of reminds me of Sauce Walker, man, but a Detroit version.
Yeah, yeah.
You familiar with Sauce Walker? He's from H-Town.
Just heard his name before.
He's one of the biggest Houston rappers right now, man.
That's cool. I've heard of him, but I'll check him out more. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
But so what you're been pushing the post Radio Clan days is Passion Playas. So how did that start up?
So Passion Playas started, man. This is when Radio Clan, everybody was beefing. Nobody was fucking with each other, man. And it just kind of, we was originally Fatal Family, and it was me, Dirty Red, Almighty, and Young Raw that goes by Camp Curry now. We were Fatal Family first, but then Radio Clan, everybody was beefing with each other on the internet and shit, man. Shit was going wild, and it kind of just left us in the background, like damn. So it's like being in the background and seeing your family fight, and nobody's noticing y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because they fighting. Nobody's worried about nobody else. And we're just kind of looking at each other like, damn, like we can't do nothing to stop this because we weren't. Nobody knew who we was like that unless you really, really fuck with the whole Radio Clan, because at the time, Wolf was big, Chris was big,
Wolf?
all the mainstream.
I know you said Xavier Wolf, but are you familiar with Lil Wolfie Wolf, who is in Radio Clan?
Lil Wolfie Wolf?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm too much. I've seen that name, but I don't think I'm too familiar.
From out of North Carolina, and he's a G-Funk artist that was in. I don't know. He told me he was a Radio Clan. I interviewed him, and he's in Schema Posse now. And he made a lot of shit with Nemesis and Mr. Cisco and Ghostman.
I seen that name, bro. But I didn't know. Man, it was so many motherfuckers in Radio Clan, bro. Like it was so many motherfuckers, man. But yeah, man. When that went down, we had to really we couldn't go by Fatal Family no more. We tried it, but then it just wasn't working out. We actually had a tape called Fatal Family, man. We was paying homage to the 3-6 Mafia album, The Breakables, and we did this song called Fuck That Shit. But we just started just making shit that we love to do, man. And we always sip Alizé and shit.
Yeah.
We was always talking about passion. Next, Passion Playas came about, bro. We put them two words together, and it was Passion Playas at that point, man.
Hell yeah! I mean, it flows off great off the tongue, obviously.
Yeah. About Passion Playas, man.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But is there any newer members, or is it the original members stayed in throughout?
Same members, bro. We not adding nobody in it, man. Shout out to everybody in the game. What I mean, that's been around us before that shit. But we keep it homegrown, man. It's very homegrown, man.
Yeah.
We're not looking for no outside people or no help or no none of that, bro. We're a family, bro. We just a bunch of family men.
You don't want to just add anybody. Like you just chilling with the same. I mean, I'm not saying this is like the direct reason why. I mean, yeah, I am saying this direct reason why a lot of people, would fuck up a group. But when there's 150 people, there's gonna be 150 different opinions about 150 different things. You know what
I'm saying? You seen it with the best groups, man. Like when you got too many people in your shit, it's just too much, bro. Like you seen it with the Temptations, bro. Like any other group that you see that has too many people in it, it just don't work. Everybody has certain intentions that they want to do, and nobody thinks the same. Nobody in the group thinks the same, bro. Everybody wants it.
Because when you have a smaller group, what are you saying?
Yeah, no. So I was saying with us, all of us, it's 8 of us, but we had it set in stone this is a family. You don't have to do what Slim does. You don't have to do what Almighty does. everybody has their own vision, bro. So it's like you got the camping grounds, you got Passion Player camping grounds, but then you like, for example, you got Genshin. He has his own shit called Dragon Lineage. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, he's nuts.
I
That
just,
that his beats are nuts. Okay.
yeah, you feel me? And you know, Savzilla got Outworld Passion. You know what I mean? And you know, Quan Lennon and Miles, they're legit nation. So you got all those clicks, but at the end of the day, we're one big old clique. That's Passion Playas. So
Yeah.
everybody's got their own shit. It's like little armies, but inside of a big army. You dig?
Yeah, and that's why the big labels that last a while or gain popularity are not nobody nobody's gonna expect a UMG collaboration tape or something like that. But
Yeah,
you'll see
yeah,
you might be on the lookout for like a Dreamville collaboration tape or an EXO. I don't know that they'd ever do this, but EXO is big because they only have like 4 or 5 people.
yeah. And that's really all you need, man. Adding a whole bunch of people. Yeah, it looks cool. It looks cool to be deep as fuck in a big old clique, like looking like Wu-Tang and shit. But at the end of the day, man, you want to keep your shit organized where you know who everybody is, and you know y'all came up together, y'all can share struggles together and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I value the most.
Yeah. So this is kind of not really related to the music, but it is kind of an overlooked thing. So you got really good ass cover art. So like, what cover artists do you work with frequently that you want to shout out?
Man, Grimy Fiends, man. Grimy Fiends been holding me down since 2011, bro. Like most of all my projects, bro, is was made from him. Like
Well, who
that
does
Pimp Demic
this?
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made that too.
He has. I think I saw him. Soulze shouted him out. He probably made.
Yeah,
He's made a lot of Soulze. Right? Or
yeah,
cover art,
yeah.
right?
So this is the thing with Grimy, man. He made a lot of Red Clan covers, man. But I feel like I was probably like one of the last motherfuckers to really stick by him because like I'm like, bro, he just been. I'm a loyal motherfucker, man. I stick to my people, man. I don't like switching and like using people, man. Like I like building connections. You know what I'm saying? I'm all
Yeah.
about loyalty, man. And I just always had his back. He always had mine. Anything I needed, you know what I'm saying? He got me. You know what I mean? And he's
Yeah.
just a good dude, bro. All around good dude.
Well, shout out to him and for making some awesome cover art. And I'm gonna shout out someone that just makes good cover art in general in the underground is Vibe Malls because he kind of he was proud to. I told him about this interview and he was like, "Oh snap, you're interviewing some gorillas." You heard of Vibe Malls?
I think I've seen that name too. It's a lot of clicks, a lot of people, man. I be seeing it passing, man. But you know, I don't really know too much. You know, I be so focused on what I got going on. I just keep moving. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah.
But also another impressive thing on the the resume of Slim Gorilla would be the Freddie Dredd collaboration because that Genshin beat was fucking nuts, dude. So like, how did the
Yeah.
Freddie Dredd collaboration occur?
So this goes to Genshin right here. So I guess him and Genshin, I guess they were chopping it up, and you know they made 8 Ball Players one, and then that skyrocketed. Them boys did their thing with that shit, man. You know that was a Passion Player collab right there, and then they did a
Yeah.
second one, and Genshin was like, man, you got to get on this shit with Freddie. I laid a verse on it. Dre said this shit back to me. It was on. Like it was on after that, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Freddie.
Yeah, I actually discussed something with him. He respectfully declined an interview with me, but he said he liked my Soulze interview. So, and he watched my Soulze interview. So, like, that was like a big moment for me, even though he declined the interview. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, yeah,
I,
yeah. What are you saying?
yeah, I feel I like Freddie a lot, man. I feel like he's like a very, very private dude, man. Kind of like myself, man. That's why I fuck with him, man. And he's just he's different, man. Like his flow. At first, I didn't know that Freddie was white, bro. When I was listening to the shit, because Almighty bump this shit all the time. We be in the car, bro, bumping him, and shit, when I finally seen like he was wild, like, yo, this who sound like that's crazy as hell. You know what
And
I
I
mean?
looked at a comment on YouTube on one of his songs on his music videos, and they're like, I expected Freddie Dredd to like to look like Kevin Hart or something like that.
Yeah, something. You know what I'm
Something
saying?
like a
Something.
tiny angry, some funny shit like everybody's like, oh my god, or some shit like
Yeah, yeah, bro. And it makes sense, bro, because if you listen to all this music, bro, you don't hear that N word, man.
that. But the mixing though, like the way it's like it's weirdly high, like the weird, it's weirdly like radio
Yeah,
in a cool way.
yeah. It's like it like the beat comes in and out of the fucking headphones, and shit. Like it's very poppy. Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh darling, it's just the way he's and
The way he pronounces shit is just different, man.
it's different and shit. And shout out to him and shout out to Canada. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely.
And and it's like Canada, what? There is a lot of great Canada artists, but it's like I never expected or to hear a lot of artists in this style from Canada.
Yeah,
You don't see a
you
funk
don't see it
Canada
like that.
artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And he also does a lot of comedic rap at times. That's what's cool.
yeah. It's dope though. It's definitely dope, man. I think that's what TikTok catches right there, man. When you're different and you show like humor in your music and shit like that. I
And
think people
I can
do.
thank TikTok for helping blow up a lot of my favorite artists, but I just don't watch it and I don't have it downloaded. Like, do you actually watch TikTok?
Bruh, I tried, man. I really tried. Like, I got the shit downloaded. I made an account. I only follow one person. That's one of my friends. And I just can't get into it like that. I be seeing some funny shit, but I can't just sit on my phone and watch that shit, bro.
Yeah, and also I prefer long form content. Like, I'd rather listen to a podcast on weight loss or about sleep or some shit. I listen to an entire podcast about healthy sleep. That's my type of content. I know a lot of people say that's
Hey,
lame, but it's self development. You know what I mean?
hey, man, health is wealth, dog. I'll tell you that, man. Like, for real.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't blame you with that. I don't blame you.
And also, I'd rather watch a movie too. Like, I just watched that Zack Snyder cut of Justice
Yeah,
League or Judas and the Black Messiah. That was great.
that is a good ass movie, bro. I'm very big on like black culture, man. Like I'm glad they made a movie about that, man, and to cover Fred Hampton because that's somebody that they don't teach in schools. They don't want nobody to know about that. Like they'll teach about Martin Luther King, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like other like black activists and stuff like that, like Black Panthers and shit, they don't they don't teach you that. You gotta like learn about that shit on your own. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So seeing that movie was very, very powerful for me, bro. Like I watched it twice.
And shout out to Lakeith Stanfield for giving a great performance. He is the William O'Neill character, because and he said that after he ended filming of that, he had to go to
therapy.
yeah, right. It's like, jeez, man.
But can you imagine to be the dude? Well, dude's name was Bill. Can you imagine being a black man and you going against you helping out the FBI to take down a black organization, bro? And then you got him killed, man. You got the head honcho killed, bro. That's trying to bring people together,
You
bro.
know that he killed himself, right? The
He
real
killed
guy.
him. Bro. You can't do bro. I don't see how you can live with that, bro. After doing an interview, a whole interview, bro, right before Martin Luther King Day.
I think that was the most impactful part of the movie on an emotional level, and there's no showcasing of the scene. It didn't need to do that. It was just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
what other films in that lane, impact you? Civil rights films or stuff like that. I'll shout out a few, but
I can give you a whole bunch of films, man.
Yeah,
for real. Shoot, Mississippi Burning, Rosewood. That Rosewood will fuck you up, man. Mississippi Burning too. You know what I mean? And I was hoping. I know it's just a thought. You know what I mean? And they probably won't do it because the story is so fucked up. But I really think Emmett Till should have a movie too, because the world need to know about that. The world still don't know about that. You know what I mean? They mentioned it in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if you remember the part where Fred was reading the paper and he was just shaking his head like, damn, like
But
how
it
can you
needs,
do
if
this?
it's gonna do it, you gotta have that impact of the way Tarantino films violence. You need to be
Yeah.
able to have that sort of like, this is what
Mm-hmm.
fucking happened, man. You know what I'm saying? Or Mel Gibson should do that. Well, actually, no,
Yeah.
because he yelled racial slur in an interview, but never mind. Um, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
there's somebody that would go to the reach of showing what really happened.
Right. Right.
I don't know if you know a lot
Mhm.
about directors, but what director could you think could tackle that?
With what I was talking about with
Emmett
the
Till.
Emmett Till,
Yeah.
I would have to say, I feel like Spike Lee can touch it, man.
You saw the Five Bloods then. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great
I,
one.
I feel like Spike Lee can really touch that, man. You know what I mean? But now in the generation we in the year that we in, I think that would be hard to like really make because that happened so long ago. Like,
True.
you know what I mean? It's gotta be something though, man. It's gotta be a short film or something like this. What happened to that 14-year-old boy was just ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Any film directors watching, take the leap. Do it. Okay, I
For
mean, I've
real,
interviewed a couple. I
man.
mean, I've interviewed a couple directors. I mean, you know what I'm saying. So I've interviewed Chris Von Hoffman, Michael
Oh,
Mateo
that's dope.
Rossi. Michael Mateo Rossi made a film with Lance Reddick, who is in John Wick. So
Okay.
shout out Lance Reddick. I really want to interview him. But any other civil rights films you're a fan of that you'd like to shout out?
Um, man, it's a lot, dude. It's a lot, man. I can't think off top of the dome, man.
What's in the background though? I want to know the song.
Oh, let me tell you. That's big timers. What I'm bumping right now is a whole DJ Screw. This is one of his whole tapes. Like I just played through off of YouTube, but this song in particular, this is big timers.
That's dope. That's dope, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by the whole like stories of people lining up in front of his house and stuff like that, and
bro. A lot of this shit that's on YouTube, that's what it is, man. It's people like bringing him like lists, and then he just records that shit, and
yeah,
he'll have side B, side A, and then give you your shit like that. People just put it in their decks, man, and just bump it, man.
yeah.
I go to sleep to this shit, man. Like I can be sick, man, like sick to my stomach or like having a headache, bro, and I will turn this shit on and sleep like a baby.
Yeah. So, Fatal Tragedy, that's on a Tommy Wright beat. Is that like directly from Tommy Wright, or is it something you found online?
No, no, no. So, um, the reason why I put produced by Tommy Wright because originally, like, some dude, his name was like Mothman. He had the beat and he like looped it. So I didn't want to give him the credit of like saying like he made it. So I put like produced by Tommy Wright. It is originally produced by Tommy Wright
Okay.
and
Yeah.
shit. And I freestyle on that bitch, man. I like rapping about scary, fucked up situations, man.
Yeah,
And
that
like
was
having
like that was a shocking track, but I enjoyed it. So I had to
yeah,
shout that out during this interview.
yeah, man. I like telling scary stories, man. Like wild, fucked up situations, man, and like rapping about women being like, cause a lot of people bring women down. You know what I'm saying? I think they don't give women enough credit. Like women can be some crazy motherfuckers too, and that's why I made like Ice Cold Lady Pimp, man, to give women that like empower, cause like women can do wild shit that scare a man too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made that shit.
That's a funny perspective that I don't hear a lot, which is interesting. Hear that
Yeah.
perspective and stuff like that. But
Hey, cause a lot of my bad. I didn't mean to cut you,
no, I
but
was
this is
just
last thing. It's just a lot of men, man. A lot of fucking men think women is weak and shit. I don't like that shit. So that's another reason why I like Ice Cold Lady Pimp is what it is, bro.
yeah. Well, anybody watching, check out that track and you'll know what he's talking about. Okay. But anything else you think you could shout out before we wrap this interview up?
Man, Shout out to the whole gang. Shout out to Passion Playas, bro. Shout out to you for interviewing me. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't, I don't, I don't do a lot of interviews, man. You know, I'm very private, bro. Like, I don't really like fuck with interviews like that. But I felt like this one was gonna be genuine, and it was. Shouts out to you, man. And
No,
yeah,
no, this
man.
was a good one because like we connected on a lot of we flowed
Yeah.
good. In the film talk that was like I always love talking about films. This channel started off as a film review channel, so
Okay.
so
Yeah.
I'm a film critic and some on some videos and stuff. But I love these interviews because I love music too. And shout out to you for joining the show. Links in the description to everything. And goodbye.
For sure. For sure.